You know, Mark, we're here in Muddy, Illinois, and this is truly an interesting place. Like many communities in southern Illinois, the history here is something. I mean, we've got at one time the smallest post office in the country, as well as at one time it had been a huge mining community that features one of the most famous places anywhere in southern Illinois and the state of Illinois, which is the temple here.
That's right, and you know, this town actually started out as just what was called Robinson's Ford, and it was just a place where you could ford the Saline River. But later on, when they started mining coal, it kind of became a coal town and kind of a little boom town for a while, and it was right here on what we call the interurban. The Southern Illinois Power Company had a place here. The Tipple was built in 1923, and this town kind of boomed. There were row houses all up and down here. There were people from all different parts of Eastern Europe that came here. There was a Greek Orthodox church here. As a matter of fact, the Greek Orthodox church that was here was actually what they call a patriarchal church, and it was actually, money was given by the Tsar of Russia to build this. And so this town and Ledford were kind of a hub for the Greek Orthodox community. But then in 1937, the flood happened. This town was completely underwater, and the coal mine shut down, and basically the town just became, today, I think the last census is Muddy, Illinois, with 61 people.
But you know, the like you said, the history is rich in this community, and you know, there's been some famous commercials or big time actors here filming commercials, and that one being the guy that plays in Guardians of the Galaxy and The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah, that's where he's really known from. But
Yeah.
but some famous folks have been here. But this is truly an iconic place in our area, southeastern Illinois.
It's considered to be one, if not the largest concrete tipple that is still in existence in the world.
And for us, our bike path kind of comes close to it, so you can come up and down the bike path and see it.
This area was the population was a lot larger at one time, because between El Dorado and Cary Mills, you had, you know, this town was up around 1,000. Ledford was about 1,200 people. Harrisburg was bigger. Cary Mills was bigger. And there was actually an interurban, a trolley line that connected the towns.
There's actually a place in Harrisburg. There's a building that would house I guess the trains.
Yes.
You call them trains? Is that what you call them? Yeah.
Basically, I guess.
But the tracks, you can still see the tracks of the interurban there, which is really cool.
Yep. And the old station in El Dorado, which was the old water department.
Yeah, and I spent a lot of time there. You know, my dad being the water superintendent for years. Well, Mark, if you wanted to mail a letter just a few years ago here in Muddy, Illinois, you could have done it at the smallest post office in the country.
Yeah, it's one of the smallest in the United States, and the interesting thing about it is this was a very small incorporated community, kind of between Harrisburg and El Dorado, right here on the bike trail. And it's technically listed as the Old Post Office Museum, so it could also be considered one of the smallest museums that there is too.
Hey, come and see it.
If you get a chance to come through Muddy, make sure you stop by here sometime and check this place out. It's a great place for the history of coal mining in this area, but not just coal mining, but for just this area in general.